In this video, we tell you how to get the most out of your visit to Muir Woods National Monument. Muir Woods is just 30 minutes north of the Golden Gate Bridge. Muir Woods, San Francisco's main attraction is the coastal redwood trees. They're the oldest and tallest living things on Earth. These redwood trees grow best in moderate temperatures of the coast as long as they are protected from the wind and salt spray. These old-growth redwoods, some trees being over 600 years old, have survived logging, fires, floods, and human occupation. There are several ways of accessing the park, and driving is the most popular. Online parking reservations are required, but there is no cell service, so download or print your reservation. Some people borrow a car to get here. Private tours from San Francisco are popular. Greyline has 2 departure points in San Francisco, spending an hour and a half at the park and 1 hour in Sausalito. Another option is take the ferry from San Francisco to Larkspur and take the shuttle bus to Muir Woods. In a little bit, we'll tell you the local way to use the back trails to get in without any parking permits. Here's the beginning of the trails, and you see that there's a map here, and you can take a picture of it if you want, so that you don't have to use a paper map that they give you when you check in. You can see that we start at the visitor center, and then the trail goes along the river with a series of bridges. You can pick which bridge to cross based on how long you want your loop walk to be. There is an entrance fee for most adults, but the America the Beautiful Pass is accepted. The Muir Woods Redwood Creek Trail is accessible for young and old alike. This tree was nearly 2,000 years old. Here you see some highlights of historical events in North America while the tree was alive. Each year, a tree's growth is recorded in a set of rings. One light, one dark. Wide rings show years of plentiful rainfall. Narrow rings show drier years. Tightly grouped redwoods are formed from burls in the root system. You oftentimes see them in a circle around where the original tree stood. Redwoods are conifers like pines and firs, so they have cones with seeds. Trees that stand alone most likely came from seed. Okay, here's the local tip. This Canopy View Trail leads up to the Panoramic Highway, and across from the Mountain Home Inn there's limited parking available that doesn't require a reservation. Hiking down to the Muir Woods main trail is about 2 miles and takes about 50 minutes. During the spring, when there's lots of water in Redwood Creek, you might see salmon swimming upstream to spawn. Located between bridges 3 and 4 is the Cathedral Grove. It's a majestic place with many trees over 250 feet tall. It is popular, so you may have to wait for a moment of tranquility. Right before Bridge 4 is the Fern Creek Trail. This trail takes you up to Panoramic Highway as well as up along the hills. We reach Bridge 4 where we'll take the Hillside Trail. One of the things about this area is you can actually hear the nature. You start to get away from the people. So I hear the water rushing down there.
Jeez. Beautiful. That was cute.
We're up here in the mid-range, and you can start to see more of the treetops because you're farther up. That's a good advantage of this trail, getting the different perspective. Redwood trees adapt leaves not just for water but for light. Lower down, in the shady mid-canopy, leaves spread out to get as much sunlight as possible. At the windy, sun-exposed treetop, leaves are much smaller to limit water loss, and they require less surface area for the sunshine. Here you can see the variation in needle arrangement of the redwood trees based on height or elevation, with very spread out needles at 2 meters and very compact needles at 112 meters. At the higher altitudes, the needles can drink in the fog like sucking on a straw. You can see the trail down below that we came in on. As we approach Bridge 1, we find the bicentennial tree. This redwood tree was born in 1776. At the beginning and the end of the trail is the gift shop and cafe as well as restrooms. Can you hear me now? Okay, this is a tourist spot. So the government allows you to deface U.S. currency to make souvenirs. The visitor center has docent rangers who are there to help explain nature. They also have coloring books for kids to help identify nature, as well as junior ranger badges.
Of course, the giant sequoia and coast redwood have long been known as two of the sequoia family species that remain growing in California.
Here's a bonus tip. If you want to stay directly in San Francisco to see redwood trees, the Golden Gate Park has 2 areas where you can do that. The trees are not as old growth as Muir Woods, but if you're looking for a meditative forest bathing experience called Shinrin Yoku in Japanese, this might be just the redwood groves you've been looking for.